This is this week is an incredible opportunity for our football team. We open conference play on the road against a very good Virginia team led by their experienced quarterback that's very talented, and he has a lot of talent around him. The football team is playing really well and a ranked opponent, and we have a unbelievable challenge in front of us, and we're looking forward to it.
Questions? Start up here with Brendan.
Well, I know every game is a big game with this being conference play and the team needing to maybe find some momentum. I guess how big can this game be for you guys if you do go on the road and win?
It's big for a lot of reasons, for where we're trying to go with our football program, for what we're trying to accomplish as team goals, and winning the conference. So the conference games are always important. Every game is important. The conference game is even more important for accomplishing some of the goals that you want to accomplish, and then just with us as a football team and where we're trying to go and continue to build it, it can add much needed momentum and to our football team.
All right.
Willie, talking to the few players we talked to after the game and just seeing the emotions on the field, it seemed like there were some mixed emotions, happy to get a win, but know they could play better. What were guys like on Sunday, and what was your message to them?
The same thing I told them Saturday night after the game. We're going to respect and appreciate every win we get, and by no means we're happy with the way we played. I think you've seen some of those emotions because guys know we can play better and know we have to play better. But we're going to appreciate the win and continue to move forward.
Deshaun?
Coach, some of the biggest issues from Saturday, such as turnovers and penalties, they seem like there have been things that you've been pretty much harping on since you've gotten here. I guess when you see those things continue to be issues, what's your reaction to it, and why do you think maybe the improvement that you have in practice doesn't translate to games?
Well, I hate to sit here and say that it's just because it's a different team. Last week, those penalties and those things weren't much of an issue. This past week, it was. We got to continue to stress it. We got to continue to teach the proper way of playing the game. Goes back to when I said before about learning how to win again, and teaching our guys again how to win. All those little things is what it takes to win ball games, and we have to play better in doing that. We have to coach better in doing that, and then our guys got to respond the right way. But understanding that those things, what helps you lose ball games. That's not playing to win. That's not knowing how to win. And I think that's part of the whole process of what we're doing again. So that's it.
Wayne?
Coach, after going back and watching the film, were you happier with the way the defense played, or were there issues that you didn't see, or maybe you saw but didn't realize they were that big on Saturday?
No, I wasn't happy with the way our defense played. I don't think anyone was happy. I don't think our defense was happy, or anyone associated with Florida State football was happy with the way our defense played. We have to play better. We have to find ways to make sure we fix the problems and make sure we put our guys in the best position to make plays.
Go, Jerry, on your left.
Coach, as a follow-up to that question, we've looked at a team that had played a 4-3. Now it's gone to a 3-4 a little bit. You tried to work that in there this spring and fall. Are you seeing any? You think that it's taken away from your practice time on one or the other, or do you see any maybe paralysis by analysis of players trying to do the right thing for what they're in?
No, I don't want to put this on just 3-4 or the schematic thing. If you really paid attention to the game last week, we didn't run a lot of 3-4. We ran a lot of 4 down, so I wouldn't necessarily say that's a struggle in what we're doing because a lot of the plays that we got beat on, we was in 4 down, So we just got to call and run the defense the way we say we're going to do it, and allow our guys to make plays and make sure we're coaching them up and they're in the gap and making sure that we're holding guys accountable, everyone accountable to doing their job.
Go back over to Deshaun.
Coach, when the defense is struggling like it is there a point where you start to consider doing things such as maybe potential personnel or staff adjustments?
Well, you're always evaluating your team. You got to always evaluate it and make sure you got the right guys in there. And if guys continue to make mistakes, shame on you if you allow them to continue to play. But you're always evaluating your roster and making sure that you do the right thing for your team and going to put you in the best position to win.
All right.
I've got other topics to bring up, but since we're talking about the defense, in terms of what the feedback from the coaches, the assistant coaches, are they? Is it just that things aren't carrying from the practice field to the games? Are these new issues during games, or what kind of feedback are you getting from the assistant coaches?
I think it's a little bit of both, and we got to find a way to make sure we correct those things. Of getting things that we did in practice or correction that we made on the sideline, making sure that we get it corrected in the game when we're actually playing. So I think it's a little bit of both. I think not carrying over from practice and not carrying over from the correction that we made on the field, and then again making sure that we have the right people in the right place and doing the right things. So I think it's a little bit of everything.
Willie, you guys have struggled a little bit in time of possession, especially in the second half, it seems like. And Virginia, traditionally, last year was one of the top teams in the country controlling the football, converting third downs. Outside of, obviously, converting more third downs on offense and then stopping on defense, is there anything else you can do in-game to hopefully mitigate that issue?
Yes, don't turn the ball over. When you turn the ball over, you lose possessions, and you turn the ball over and then you don't get first down, you're losing more possession. So I think just playing better on the offense side of the ball and on both sides of the ball, that'll happen.
Aslan, to the back.
Right now, currently, is it more important to show the players to remain consistent in your guys' approach, or to show them that changes have to be made in terms of the way you're going to approach practice so that the mistakes that have been occurring the last 2 weeks stop happening?
We gotta, as coaches, again, evaluate what we're doing and making sure we got the right people in there and make the right corrections that we need to. And if guys can't correct them, then you put the guys in that can do it. But like I said, we're always evaluating. We're always going to try to do what's best for our football team, and that's going to give us a chance to win. So whatever it takes, that's what we're going to do.
Wayne.
Virginia's quarterback's really athletic, does a lot of damage with his legs. Was it helpful to go up against a running quarterback in the game right before that, to where you can see what the issues were with that and maybe get them fixed for the next game?
I don't think necessarily the running quarterback was the issue last week. I guess it helped a little bit. He didn't run as much as he could have probably. I think, again, what's going to help the issues is we're being fundamentally sound and doing our jobs and making sure that we have a really solid game plan and stopping them.
All right.
Willie, with Ryan Roberts getting hurt, I guess if you could just update how he's doing, and then also how did Abdul play in his absence?
Ryan's back.
I'm not sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry, Juwan.
I got you. Juwan is, again, he had the same thing I told you guys after the game. He had an ankle sprain, and I'm going to see how he heals and see how he goes this week, and hopefully he heals well and get back. But if he don't, I thought Bello came in and did a good job replacing him and helping our football team.
Coach, just curious on the process you take when you have a player in game that maybe loses composure, commits a personal foul, that kind of thing. Just in general, how do you sit down with the player, go through it? I mean, how do you guys handle the discipline from something like that?
You take him out of the game. Our guys get punished. When you have selfish penalties, we punish them for it because they're a selfish act and it's hurting the entire football team.
Go to Kevin at the back.
Coach, 2 games in now, just wanted to see how you'd assess Kendall Briles so far in his play calling, and just kind of talk about what your communication between the two of you is kind of like during a game.
I think Kendall is doing a good job. I think he's learning this personnel. He's learning our guys. He's learning how our guys respond in games, how they play in games. And from a conversation standpoint, we talk about what's going on with the defense and what plays we can run to try to counter whatever they're doing to us. So it's more that communicating more than anything is what can we do to counter what they're doing defensively.
Corey?
Through 2 games, Willie, how would you assess how James has played? Did he play better on Saturday than he did the week before? Did he make better reads for you?
Yeah, he did. James played well on Saturday. He graded out higher than he did the week before, and he did make better reads than what he did the week before, and so he played well.
Jerry?
Coach, your special teams had shown great improvement this year. What would you attribute it to?
I think our coaches and players committing themselves to special teams and committing themselves to try to make it special. We constantly talk about how many athletes we have on our team. There's no reason for us not to be really good on special team, but I think it's more of our players are taking pride in special team, wanting to be on special team, and be now Coach Snyder's door to try to get on special teams. And I think whenever you have young people that's passionate about special team that way, then good things happen for you. And our coaches are doing a good job of coaching it as well.
With Grant not available right now, do you have any concerns about the running back depth? Is there anybody you could move there, or do you feel good about the walk-ons you have behind those scholarship guys?
We would like to have more running backs on scholarship, and we're working to get there, but I feel good about where we're at with our running backs, and we have a plan in place if something just crazy just happened.
Coach Levante Taylor, is he eligible, good to play this week?
Mm-hmm. He was eligible to play last week.
Okay. And same with Logan Tyler. Is he good to play this week?
Logan is still suspended indefinitely.
It seemed like Tommy punted well, and the kickoffs were good from Growth House. How pleased were you with that?
Very pleased. I was more pleased that those young men went in the game and took advantage of an opportunity that was presented to them, and they were ready for it, and they stepped up and contributed to helping our football team, and that's what it's all about. 2 guys that wasn't necessarily or didn't think about playing and felt like they were going to play, and they wasn't rattled or anything. They just went in and did their jobs and did a pretty good job with it. I was really impressed with them.
An opening for a quality control coach was listed on Florida State's website today. Is that a new position, and are you looking for somebody on a specific side of the ball?
No, it's a position that we just opened again. It was open earlier, and we opened again, and we looking to get a good coach.
Anything else for Coach Taggart?
Will, you've turned around places before, including Western Kentucky, that it was on like a 20-something game losing streak when you got there, and you were in a bowl 2 years later. How do you get a locker room that doesn't have a lot of success? None of those guys have really had a lot of success in their college careers to believe it's going to turn around, to believe in you, to believe in the direction of the program. How does that happen?
Well, I think they believe in me. If they didn't, they wouldn't be here. So I think our guys believe in me. I think they believe in the plan, and for our guys, just continue to stay locked into the plan and not let anything take them off the plan. That's the key. That's why those other places was turned around, is we stayed focused on the plan and was patient with the plan, and we kept getting little wins here and there. Not necessarily in the win column, but there was little wins here and there that added up and eventually those wins on the field started to come. They started to figure it out. They started to play better. They started to do the little things that it takes to win ball games. They started not having those selfish penalties. They started not turning the ball over, playing with fanatical effort, and they started to play like they love playing for each other.